Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So today I'm going to show you how to make a few quick shelves. But before I get started, I just have to show you I purchased a ruler. Now, although you know I don't like to measure, but this is a very special ruler. This is an official Doll's House Builder's scale ruler. I was just so tickled that it said Doll's House on it. I don't know how much it's going to really help me, but I just had to have it. But I'm going to go ahead and attempt to use it in this build. Now, dolls, be advised that just having a wonderful ruler like this on your craft table or among your tools won't make you more mathematically accurate in your measurements or your cuts. You have to consistently use it. Now, I purchased this ruler from Julie Warren's Etsy store called Little Bits and Pieces, so definitely check out her store for this ruler. So I've pulled together all the pieces that I need to create the shelves, and shelves are a very simple project. You mainly just need a stripped piece of wood and some brackets. Now, dolls, you can make brackets out of just about anything, but these scroll design brackets I purchased from an estate sale I went to this past summer. I will leave a link in the description for that video. Now, they are laser cut. They have a beautiful design, but I'm going to paint them in a way to make them look a little bit more like metal. I love the scroll design. I think by painting it matte black, it gives it the impression of being a wrought iron design. Now, here's the little length of the piece of wood that I cut. It's a stripped piece of wood, and I did bevel off the edges so that it'll look a little bit more decorative, and I'm staining it. Now, after the pieces were cut and sanded, I did add a couple generous coats of my Jacobean stain. Now, the Jacobean stain is by Varathane, and I will leave a link in the description, but I definitely think a couple coats of that make the shelf look more vintage. Now, here we are. Both of the pieces or the planks of wood that I'm using for the shelf have dried. It's a nice rich color, and you can see there that I beveled the edges, and I'm going to point the beveled edges up. So I'm going to put the glue on the bottom part. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the little brackets that I painted. They're nice and dry. Now here you see I added the brackets to one end of the shelf, and now I'm adding the second one. And I really think that black color makes them look as though they're wrought iron or something, which would have been a style that was very popular during the Victorian times. So I think that looks really nice. It definitely looks like a dress shop shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and line up the other shelf right next to it so that I can line it up. Now I should be using my brand new ruler. I'm going to really have to get used to that, dolls. I'm really going to have to get into the practice of it, but I'm just lining it up with the one that I already set so that they'll be level or on the same track as the first one I made. And I think they came out really cute. They turned out really, really nice. I'm very pleased at the outcome. So shelves are very simple, dolls. Now I did have those brackets that were previously made, but you can make brackets out of almost anything. Now here I am adding my rub and buff like I do with so many other things. I think it's going to give them a nice look. Now you definitely could use dry brush some silver on it, but this is the antique gold rub and buff. Now I'm showing you just kind of from the side. I just tapped it really lightly with a brush. I'm not doing it real heavy because I don't want it to be solid gold. I just want to give a hint of shine to it to just give the impression of some type of metal. Now at this point, I'm just allowing this video to play because the shelf is really done, but I'm just letting you see it from several different angles before I add the accessories. Now, dolls, these two shelves are going to go in the dress shop sewing room. Now, this particular shelf is going to store the small sewing machine, which is being used like a serger. Now, they use it often, but they don't use it all the time, so it needs to be up and out of the way of the main machine. So in addition to the sewing machine, I'm adding a few books, and I'm leaving a little room for a couple jars of buttons. So, dolls, I had a few of what we used to call coat hangers, and I sanded them a little bit and added a little natural stain, and you can see the difference in how they look. So that's just another quick example of how the little things make a big difference. Now, dolls, I want to show you how to make one more type of shelf. Now, this is actually a jumbo craft stick. It's a little bit narrower than the two pieces of plank wood that I made the first two shelves out of. Now, the brackets for this shelf are leftover or spares from a Bond bathroom kit. So I'm going ahead and gluing them directly to the back of the jumbo craft stick, and then I'm going to show you what I do to increase the depth of the shelf. So for those of you who don't know, I know you can see the excessive glue in this build. And just so you know, I am in counseling for excessive glue use. So be advised, this is the upgrade. I'm doing better. So bear with me. Now you see here, I'm adding an extension to the jumbo craft stick on top of the bracket. And it's just a wooden dowel that I had as a spare. It was in my scraps. It was already painted black. And I think it works really nice sort of as a lip on the edge of the shelf to keep things in place so they don't fall off or end up, shifting around a lot. I'm just trying to clean up some of that excess glue with my finger. But yeah, I think it's going to work out really well in the dress shop showroom. So let's do a quick peek of everything all together. So dolls, this is just how you make some really quick shelves. Now these shelves have already been installed in the project, and there's a completed video out there, and I will leave a link in the description. Now dolls, if you've enjoyed this video today, definitely let me know in the comments. Also like, share, and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Little Gretchen's Workshop. Bye bye now, dolls.